Yeah. So in HANA, we have discussed about the HANA installations, rework, software requirements, hardware requirements, delta merge, save point intervals, and also the studio administration part, how to add the systems and landscape, HANA stop and HANA start mechanisms. So please practice the HANA start and start, HDB stop and HDB start. So these are the things. Okay. So now let's discuss about, and also we discussed about the some of the security user creation, role creation. So what are this? And also let's discuss about the few items in the HANA Studio. So I hope you are all able to see my screen, right? So here we have, so when you connect to the HANA Studio, in the left side, you can see the catalog, content, provisioning, and security. These are the tabs are there, right? So yesterday we discussed about the security things, security, right? Security things, roles creation, right click and role creation, and security, right click and user creation. So like that we can create it, right? So this is the thing yesterday we discussed. So, and also if you go to the security, if you double click on the security, here you can see the auditing. So in the auditing, so there are some auditing policies we can enable it. Auditing policies means, especially in the banking sector, the people will enable the auditing of the your database. Why? Because in the database level, few operations will happen. Database is the main, actually all the data. Suppose if you take the banking sectors, in the banking sector, all our banking related data, like financial data, credits data, so debit card data, your account, salary, all the data will be available in the one table level. Suppose that database is hacked or something got happened, so it will be affect to the all the customers, right? So that's the reason. So they will enable the auditing they will enable for the few tables, few tables or entire database, they will enable it. So for that one, they have to create the audit policies. Audit policies means which actions, which audit actions we need to track it. Suppose like, so deletion we need to track it. Suppose like deletion track. Suppose like that, I created a policy name, just a name, you can put anything here. So then if you go to the audit actions, what actions? Suppose here sometimes few freshers or few our members, sometimes we will delete the some backups, sometimes we will delete the other things, right? Suppose you want to all actions you want to track it, then click on the all actions, click on the OK button. So what action would be tracked, either the successful or unsuccessful. So it may be unsuccessful action should be tracked. So all the information we need, audit level is information. So which means the person who are going to delete something in the database, that will be tracked, that is unsuccessful, right? Or if you want to make it like he tried to make it but is not successful, then that will be tracked. Only successful, that will be tracked. You need all, both successful and everything, then you can just make it the all means all the actions, either is deleted, that is success, then that will be tracked. Without success, that will be tracked. Then users also we can track it here. So users means what users you want to configure, what users. Suppose I want to track for Ravi user or basis user, so Sirisha user, what users we want to track that actions. So I can configure, or you can just exclude only, we can exclude this users, or we can include these selected users. So whatever we want, so we can just add that one, so that these three persons are creating the nuisance, so that we can just we can enable the this one, so that if you deploy it, what will happen? So that will be tracked, from now onwards. So your auditing configuration is done, auditing is done. So which means, so these three persons, whatever he did in the system, everything will be tracked, not only 3%, entire system means remove the users from the system, just remove the users, so that it will be remove the users, so that all users will be tracked from the systems, all users will be tracked from the systems, all users from the tracked from the systems by default. Okay, so that is the thing we can do it from here. Okay, so if we want to include these users, or just I don't want to so include the system APL, then you can just choose that one. Okay, so that Except this user, remaining all users will be tracked. Except this user, remaining all users will be tracked. So this is the audit policies I have configured. Normally, during the banking sector, we have to enable this one. Banking sectors. Remaining side, I think no one will take care of this auditing. Suppose if anyone asks you to configure the audit policies, means normally in the real time you will get the information what audit policies you have to configure and everything, what audit policies you have to configure and everything, so that we can just configure the policies. We can configure it here in the database level. We can configure it. Next one is the password policy. So as part of the security, every organization they have the some recommendations, right? Maybe the password length should be 6 digits or letters, or only digits or letters. One uppercase should be there, one special character should be there. Whatever you want to set, you can set this one. So the system user lock password, and also sometimes when you are setting the password, previous password, so last 5 used password we should not set. So something like last 3 used password you should not set. Suppose last 3 passwords you set the different, again you are setting the same, it should not used. So number of failed attempts. If you retry failed attempts 6 times or 5 times, your user ID is locked, right? So this one. So like this, we can set the passwords, and also we can put the some passwords in the blacklist as well. Sometimes the people will put in the passwords like some easily guessable, maybe welcome, maybe they can easily guess, they can easily guess this password, right? Welcome 123, something like that. Maybe sometimes some people they will set like some easily back India. So maybe apple, the fruits related things, all these things they will put, right? So here we can configure, we can put the password here, we can put the password here, so that case sensitive. So so that password will not be, we cannot set those passwords. The passwords which you set here, those passwords we cannot set it here. When you are creating, the system will say, okay, this password already there in the blacklisted, so you cannot set it. Normally, when you are doing the, so where can we check the audit logs? Okay, I will come to that point. So normally when you check here, so when you So normally, so when you go to the users, setting the new user, when you're setting this type of password, then system will not allow you to set the password. System will not allow you to set the password because of so you the password in the blacklisted. The password is in the blacklisted. So you cannot set that password. You cannot set that password. So password must be one uppercase letter. One uppercase letter. Okay, one uppercase. Okay, user created now. So normally I given the capital, so I need to remove the case sensitive, I guess. So that, so again when I am trying to reset the password, if I reset the password again, okay, see here, you cannot modify the user. The password was found in the blacklisted. Blacklisted means I have blocked these passwords, not to set for any users. Why? Because the hackers can simply easily, they can hackable this all these passwords, right? So that we can set this all these passwords in the blacklisted passwords. So we can set the password policies also, we can set in the HANA database, so that who are user logging to the HANA database, that will be applicable for the all the users. And also SAML configure, SSO configurations we can perform it here, but we need the some AD, authentic AD, SAML, AD metadata, some federation XML files we required. We don't have AD, but we can leave it now. So this is the SAML. SAML means so security assertion markup language, which means one of the SSO related thing. SSO means without user ID password, you can log into the your HANA systems. That is the thing we can perform it here in the SAML identity provided. Okay, so data volume encryption, as we discussed, right? So some confidential data anyhow the encryption will happen in the, so suppose if you see here, this is the our ANA. So this is the RAM. So this is the data and log folder. So data comes to the your RAMs, data comes to the your RAM, then data will be stored here, right? Then here it will be encrypted. Encrypted means you cannot in the RAM you cannot encrypt it, but the same copy of data will come to the here. The same copy of data will come to the here. Which one? So data and the log folder. So sometimes the hackers, if we hack the OS level, operating system level, if we hack it, then if we hack the operating system level, so that then he can go to the data folder and he can use the password, sensitive passwords in the data folder. Why? Because one copy of data, all the data is residing into the one copy of data is residing into the data folder, right? That is the reason you can easily so and easily hack the systems. So that what we can do here, just if you encrypt it, or if you encrypt it, the passwords, whatever the sensitive data is there, that cannot be hacked. That cannot be, so you cannot access, it cannot be hacked. That will be in the system dependent, which means only system can understand those languages. So system can understand that one, so that we cannot decrypt, or no one cannot decrypt that message. So that we are encrypting this one as well, encryption, which means what are the sensitive data is there in our systems, that we are, so whatever the sensitive data is there in the systems, that we are setting in the system, so if you want, you can create the new key, new encryption key, we can create it, then we can share it to the users. So who wants to read the data at the data file level, so just we can create the keys, new encryption keys, we can create it, we can share to them. So that is the thing of the encryption decryption, anyway everywhere encryption means, so whatever the sensitive data, the passwords, so vendors masking and everything, sensitive data is there in the file system level, that will be encrypted, some the binary code format, that will be encrypted, so that, so no one cannot easily guess that passwords or something like that. So that is this all are the security features, these all are the very important security features which ANA is providing to the customers, right? This one. Okay, so you have enabled the audit logs, then where can we track it? Everything is on the diagnostic folder. In the diagnostic folders, in the diagnostic, in the voice level trace directory, we can track it. Everything we can track it. Everything, whatever the things are happening here, so everything we can track in the, so diagnostic folder. In the diagnostic folder, everything we can track it. So that auditing history here, the start encryption, the encryption is happening. So that encryption, then whatever you are doing here, everything will be, so configuration is changed. So whatever you are doing here, so all will be tracked. So username, this one, someone they changed the configuration by this one, so all the things, all the things will be tracked in the log file, all the things. So audit log trace, so I have enabled the audit log, so everything will be changed. Then last user password, the password policies, everything I have changed, so all will be recorded. See here, all will be recorded in the database level, so that we cannot escape it here. So during the auditing time and everything, we cannot escape it. Everything will be tracked in the system level. Okay, so that is the tracing, that is the diagnostic files, we can see the tracing here. Okay, so that is the security related things, few auditing and password policies and everything. Okay, so the next one which we are going to discuss about the catalog. So normally everybody we are discussing about the tables are there in the database level. In each table there is a data, some data available, the data is in the column store format, something like that, right? So where is the data available here, database level? Some applications also connected. Where is that applications related data and all the data? So the data is available in the table level, tables. The table is available under schema. So these are the schemas actually. So under the catalog, tables are available under catalog. The tables are available under catalog, right? The tables are available under catalog. Under the catalog, we have the schema. Suppose like schemas, these all are the schemas. Schemas means owner of the table. Schema means owner of the table. The schemas are owner of the tables. The group of tables, some group of tables, the collection of tables, like group of tables. are available under one schema. You can see, so these all are the indexes functions. These are not related to us, but you can see here tables. So tables are available here. So see here, number of tables. These all are the tables. You can see these all are the tables. Suppose you want to see the some tables data. You want to see the tables data. Right click and just click on the open data preview. So you can view the data preview. What data available under the table? You can see that the data preview. So not only this one. So suppose if you know the your banking sector data, your banking sector data also available here. Some banking sector data also available here. So like that, whatever the data you want to see here, all the data you can see from here. Suppose you want to see the some data RS tables view. So all the tables will be displayed here. So 528 rows retrieved in the 93 million seconds. So if you execute 31 million seconds, 31 milliseconds, sorry. So it's executed. See here. So like that. So how fast we are getting the data. That's why as part of the initial discussion, we discussed about the we can easily retrieve the data from the within fraction of milliseconds. We can easily retrieve the data from the database level. Why? Because HANA is so fast. On fly we can make the decision making. Sir, what is mean by on fly? Suppose on fly we can make the business decisions as well. On fly we can make the business decisions as well. So that's the now 62 milliseconds. So if you keep on accessing the data, so the time will be reduced here. The time will be reduced here. Suppose I want to do the some analysis of the table. What is the trend in the previous year, everything. So you have the analysis tab here. Just if you go to the analysis tab, so then you will see some charts here. You will see the some charts, right? Suppose normally we will see the some charts, pie charts in x-axis we this one, and also the y-axis we need this one. Like that we have the some charts, right? Like that. So what are the things you need on the y-axis? What are the things you need on the x-axis? All these things we can put into the here the charts wise. See here how easily we are tracking the data, how easily we can analyzing our data by charts wise or pie charts wise or this wise, and also pie charts wise. We can see how easily we are analyzing the data of the your table, the table analysis we are doing here, live analysis we are doing here. Suppose any raw data which is coming to the system, any data which is coming inside of the system, immediately the graph will be changed. Why? Because here we filtered using the tables, we filter it out. When any data comes, immediately the graph will be differently changed here. So like that, which graph you want to use it, you can use that graph. So normally when I go to the sites, you can see the this type of things. You can see this type of graphs. You can see this type of the lines, this type of things you can see in the systems, right? And also graphs, sometimes graphs also you can see here like that. So this is the some so some graphs, which means we can make the business decisions. Okay, so overall this entire year, which month we have the highest to sale. Suppose this is a sales table. Suppose this is a sales table. All the sales related data, the purchase order data will be stored into this table. Suppose example you can take it. So currently we don't have any sales table. Just assume this is a sales table. So here we can take it in each month, Jan, February up to December, in each month. So what is the in which month we have the sales very high. So that see here we can simply we can save it. Then we can save this image. We can inform to our management, the higher management and directors and CEO, saying that okay, this is the trending of our sales, our product sales. So in the month of February or Jan, we have the very high sales. But when it comes to the so November or December, it's very less. So we should not release any on a product in this month. They will come to these decisions. So maybe they will release in this year, this month, like that. They have some calculations and they will do some validations here. So which means the bottom line is here, HANA, we can easily simply get the data from the database level, table level. Tables, we can simply pull the data. So not only here, any table you can take it here, any table you can take it here. Either the credit data, financial data, so barcode, chart. So anything you can get the data from the database level. You can get the data, anything within fraction of milliseconds, you will get the data. Within fraction of milliseconds, you can get the data from the database levels, you can get it out. Database level, you can get it out in fraction of seconds. So sometimes we don't have any data. Why? Because here nothing is there. There is no application on top of this S4H. So that nothing is there here. So that we can see here everything is there. Suppose if I configure the same, suppose if I map this one to my real time any one of the dynamic display in the display mode, so that the live utilization will be followed. The live data will be trending actually. So that I can set it. If you go to this, nothing is just if you go to the analysis, maybe make it something is in the name y-axis, something is OID is in the y-axis, then the graph will be displayed. The graph will be displayed. The trending. See here, the trending is like that. So like that, we can see in the some of the sites, some of the sites are blocks. We can see that the trending. There is another their sales trending. Maybe we can maybe most of the times in the where we can see this type of trends. Some betting sites, right? Some what is that? Shares related. We will see the some trends, right? So forgot that trend. Some sites we will get the what is the trend of the your sites and everything. Normally, if you go to that one, it will be one graph wise. It will be trend live data will be something like that. Something like that. You will get the some live data, right? See here, live trade. So something like that, live that. So we can get the some live screens and everything, right? So we can get the live screens and everything here, something like that, right? So same as like here also. So if you map, if you suppose this is the company, they are using the HANA database. Backend they will do the connectivity. Backend they will do the connectivity to the our HANA database. Then see here in our screen also we are seeing the same. In our screen also we are seeing the same trend we can also see here, right? Whenever the data comes to the table, immediately the graph will be changed here. Now it is so straight, quite normal. So whenever the sales down, immediately it will go down. It will go down. Why? Because the data is coming to the inside of the table. The data we have configured as the analysis here, so that immediately it will be so it will show it will be displayed here in the graph mode. So that is way easily we can so we can analyze it on fly. We can make the business decisions as well. How is my sales and everything? We can make the some business sales. We can make it here. So that is the reason. So we have this all this. That is the reason we have the sales and everything we have. So these are the graphs. Easily we can get it out from that. So where now your doubt is where the tables are available means. So in the catalog left side there is a catalog. Under the catalog we have the schema. Under the schema we have the tables are available. Under the schema we have the tables are available here. Okay, schema is the group of owners actually. So when you install the application on top of this database, then application schema will be created. Whatever the schema during the SAP installations, that schema will be created here. I think few guys knows so application schemas and everything, right? So whenever you are doing the SAP installation, it will ask the DB so that it will create the schemas here. It will create the schema here. So let me pull our database like our normal SAP database here. Some so normal database like HDB. HDB is the our one of the SAP database. So SAP database. The schema is the SAP above one. Maybe passwords I'm giving here so that you can see this is our one of the SAP database. One of the SAP database. So if we can go to the here we have the SAP above one schema is there. In the schema, we have these are all are the SAP application tables. So the data application everything flow from here. These are the all are the application tables. So that we can pull the data here. You can pull the data. See here how many tables, the lakhs of tables are available here. How many tables are there? So how many tables are there? Suppose you want to pull some tables here. Just right click here. Suppose you need some data, like suppose like so some users related data. Suppose like some users. So USR02 SAP tables. Just I filtered it out. Just click on the OK button. So that here we can pull the data from the database level. We can pull the data from the database level also. We can pull the data. So see here what are the users are there here. How many users are there? So all the information we will get from the database level. All the information we will get it out from the database level. So right click, and also so maybe we can pull it. We can filter. So we can just find the table, or we can pull the data from database level. Also we can pull the data. So this much of things we can do. Suppose here we'll see one of the SAP application. This is the non-SAP database. S4H is the non-SAP database. Non-SAP means we have not installed anything in the database. Any application we have not installed. But in the HDB database, we have installed the SAP. We have installed the SAP. So that you will see. So what is there exactly? Maybe you can just filter it out. You can just do the filtering option. You can just do the filter, so that the table will be there here. Why? Because you have the lakhs of tables. If you keep on scrolling, it will take some time. That's why I used the filter condition. Means I need only one table, which means, so I went into the catalog schema. Under the schema, we have the table. Right click and just filter. You have the few tables that easily we can fill up. We have a lot of tables, or multiple tables are there. So I can just filter the only one table here. Right? Just open the data preview. So whatever the data is there, so all the data will be resides here. See here, all are the our basis users only. 81 users are created here. See here, so here the basis Chandu, basis Sweta, Naresh, Koteshwar, Sulatif, so Ram, so basis Ravichandra. So many basis users are there here. So all are the super users. So how I got this from here? Why? Because each SAP application will store the data into the database level. So how many clients are there? Each client, how many users are there? All the information I got from here, right? So maybe we can do some trending analysis as well. So suppose like suppose bname means username. So here it's in bname. So password state. So you flag means the password state. So who have we have in the correct passwords and everything, here we will get it out. So right, we can see here clearly we can see the so basis user. So then what about the TMS ADM user, the password initial this many times? Then who is that? So HRC something like the Mahu, some Koteshwar is very high. So here, so you can see here. So some trends, the database level, we can so we can see the some trends here. Like that, we can do the some live analysis as well. So if we create the user, then application level, that will come to the database level, same table. Then again, the graph will be changed here. Again, the graph will be changed here. Like that, we can change the graph. The graph will be changed. Live graph will be changed. So basically, what I'm trying to say here, using the catalog, so we can see the tables and we can do the some analysis of the tables as well. So that is what we can see in the database level. That is what we can see in the database level. That is under the catalog. Okay. So any questions from anyone? Okay. So I will take it now. Okay. So then once the catalog is completed, we have the content tab, but this content tab is purely for the developers, purely for the developers. As we discussed yesterday, they will create some packages. They will create the development using the web ID or HANA Studio. They will do some development activities, right? But we are not the responsible here. So sometimes they will ask us to export the packages, import the packages. Sometimes they will ask us to activate or deploy something. They will ask us to do. So otherwise, sometimes they will ask us to import the delivery units from one system to another system. Why? Because in your landscape, you have the 2-3 systems are there, right? In your landscape, suppose development HANA server, quality HANA server, and the production HANA server. So they will do all the development in the here. Then they will ask the development data, whatever the data is there, they will ask you to import into the quality system. This is the HANA database level. So here, how can we do that one? If it's the SAP, we can use the STMS concept. STMS, right? SAP Transport Management System. We can use it to move the data automatically. But here, they will do the export option. They will do the export. We can go to the file, just go to the export. Suppose any data we can export, or the tables also we can do the export from the, we can export it here. Just go to the export here, then so you can do the exports here. What data you are trying to export it? Some HANA tables, some HANA content, so some delivery units you wanted to, so some CP, so everything, whatever you want to do, you can configure it here. We can configure the, suppose they normally in the developer mode, they will just, they will ask us to export and import the delivery units. Then we have to go to the file, export, then delivery units, then which database you want to export it. Suppose I want to export the delivery units in the HDB, then I want to import to the S4H. Then HDB, select it, click on the next button, click on the next button. Then what is the delivery unit you want to import here? Suppose like I want to import some integration, some access, something like that. So they will provide the all the details they will provide to the you. Then you can export to the server, or you can export to the your location, like your downloads or wherever you want to export it, you can export it here. So that you can export it. See here, that is got exported. That is got exported. In the my downloads, the server level you can do the exports, or here also you can do the exports here. Here also you can do the exports here. So like that, I done the exports here. I done the exports here. The exports I have done in the systems. Somewhere here it is stored here in the repository. It is stored somewhere. Yes. See here, it is exported. So that I want to import into the, in the HDB I have exported. Now I want to import the same delivery units into the my other systems. Then go to the other systems, go to the HANA content. What is the delivery units? Right? Delivery units. Then which system you want to import it? S4H. Right? You download. So previously I have exported from the HDB. Now I am importing the same data into the, so no need to do the again development. Just to do the again, you can go to the same, you can whatever you done the export, same thing you can import into the systems here. Just finish it, that will be imported. See here, here you can see the logs exported from the HDB, imported into the S4H system. Simple, done. Right? So you are importing the delivery units. See here, it is still it is importing. You are importing the delivery units. It is importing. So this is the way we can some content, some data we can export it and we can import it. This is the one of the resume point. Importing the delivery units from one system to another system. So how to import means you have to go to the HANA Studio. Then you have the straightforward. You have the tabs export and imports. What and all things we can export it. Any data we can export it. Suppose like you have the tables, HANA land, HANA objects, anything, any development data we can export it, we can import. Simply say any development data we can export it, we can import it into the systems. Simple. Okay, this is the export import options. Okay, so content means that developers, they will do that development activities, as I told you, right? They will do the developments, they will ask you to export, or they will export it, they will ask us to import, then we have to import it, that activity. So we have to perform it, that content related activities we have to perform it. That is the content tab. Okay, so you can see here you can see, so how many so you can export it here. Okay, the next one, if you right click on this one, so still we have the provisioning is there. So provisioning tab is there, that I will explain it tomorrow. It's a very some huge concept. So you right click, and if you go to the configuration monitoring, you can see the administration page, that HANA cockpit. So HANA cockpit previously it was integrated with the HANA 1.0. It means HANA Studio it was integrated. But nowadays when the HANA 2.0 released, so we have to separately install the HANA cockpit 2.0. That is also we will do the installation. Okay, that is also we will work HANA cockpit installation also we will perform it. Okay, don't worry. And the lifecycle management is for the application. Lifecycle management are the two types lifecycle management. One is the application lifecycle management and the platform lifecycle management. Application lifecycle means application team means developers, functional team, they will do the activities here. So they will do the activities here. If you go home, it will open the URL in the browser, right? It will open the URL in the browser, it will open. Okay, so then here you need to log into the system user. Maybe we have to provide the user ID password. Yeah, the our 404 bit error means. So here our thing is not authorized here. The system user is not authorized. We need to provide the more details here. More details. So more roles we have to add it. Then we have to go to the security tab, users, then system. We want to add more users, more roles, then what privileges we have to add it. So then select all, if you know everything, then select all. What object privileges we have to add it. So then select it. What are the objects? Life cycle. There is some dedicated role or something is there that we need to search for the access for the that one. Yeah, that's the noise. Object means only the specific object you need privileges. Okay, let's try. So life cycle management. So here we can perform the some post installation activities. Means whatever we do with the HDB LCM. This is the HDB LCM. In the command prompt mode also we can open it. This HDB LCM. We can open it here. So normally rare cases they will use it here. Rare cases, but here in our case it's not opening due to some configuration is missing. We have to do that one. So lifecycle management is for the application lifecycle management. Here we can do some transports, how SAP level we will do the transports. Here also we can configure the transports, some other components, installations and everything we can perform it. So this is purely application, okay? Means the teams, development team, they will take care of this platform lifecycle management. So sorry, application lifecycle management. The platform lifecycle management is related to the us basis teams, which means here we need to update. Suppose if you want to update the some components, some basis components, if you want to update it. So here some components you want to update it. Then here you can use this one. You can use this one. You can update it. Yeah, you can use this one. We can update automatically without HDB LCM. We can also update here. But no one follow this one. No one don't know how to do that one. So no one follow actually this one. So some ports we have to enable it here. That's why it's not working here. So just leave it. I will check that what is that port we have to enable it, that one. So that one. Then when you go to the here, then backup and recovery that we have to discuss. Security we have discussed. SQL console, any SQL statements if you want to execute here, then SQL mode will open. Here you can write the SQL statements. Then it will be, you can execute it here, SQL statements. Then HANA modeler, same, same content tab. HANA modeler means HANA developers here. So HANA add the systems with the different user means. So with another user, we can add the system here. So remove, you can delete everything. Properties means you can apply the license and everything here. Apply the license and what is the user logged in and everything we can see from here. So this is the thing here. Okay. So this is the HANA Studio administration. Tomorrow we will discuss about the components of the application lifecycle management, and also we will discuss about the provisioning. Provisioning means so it's kind of smart data, the provisioning, HANA provisioning, upgrades, HANA upgrade, and HANA backup, restore, refresh. Many topics are there. We have to discuss. Okay. So shall I continue with the provisioning, or will you guys practice today? Yes. Will you guys practice? Okay. But what about others? Shall I continue, or will you guys practice?
Continue, sir.
Continue. Okay. Right. Okay. So provisioning. Provisioning means provisioning. So normally provision means pulling the provision the data from the other data sources. Suppose normally you are the small customer, you have already some SQL server database is there. You have already some DB2 databases there. You have already some Oracle databases there. You have already some other databases are there, but you don't have much budget to change all the database to the HANA. Why? Because it's a cost effective everything HANA database. So RAM again, all the database you need to change it, everything. You don't have that much of budget in the systems. In this case, what we can do for these customers, HANA provided the one solution. For pulling the data from the SQL may take some time. So pulling the data from the SQL may take some time. Not like that HANA. Why? Because the Oracle also may take some time, right? The DB2 also may take some time, right? Some big data, BigQuery, some big data also we can pull the data from the database level. So here in one centralized location, you can install the one HANA database. You can install it. One HANA database you can install in the one centralized location. You can install it so that you can create the connections to the HANA database. You can create the connections to the HANA database so that you can just log into the one HANA system. Then you can pull all the database related data. You can pull it from the one HANA database. So normally, if you need data, what you have to do? You need to log into this SQL server. You need to pull the data. You need to log into the Oracle. You need to pull the data. So you need to mix all the data, and the final report you have to send to the your management or your director or CEO. You have to send the final report. But here, when the HANA comes to the picture, you no need to do that one. Just you can map other remote data sources. The provision. This is called the data provisioning, smart data access. Okay, smart data access, which means you can smartly access the data from other databases, even though those are not the SAP HANA, but still you can pull the data from the other data sources. You can pull the data from the other data sources. So how to perform? That is possible in the HANA database. So simply you no need to log into all the databases. Once the basis team can't perform the configuration, just you can go with here. Just perform just to go to log into the HANA database here. Then you can pull all the remote data sources connection. We have to perform it. So for this one, what we have to do? So smart data access means you can smartly access the other remote databases data from. You can smartly access the data from other non-HANA databases. So in that case, you need to log into the HANA database. Then we have to perform the configuration. So in this case, suppose we have the S4H. There is no non-SAP database. S4H means non-SAP, which means there is no SAP application installed. This is purely only HANA database. But we have the HDB, where SAP is installed. Our SAP applications are running here. Our SAP are running. So you can see here. So that we know, if you guys know about this SAP, all our ECP and the NWD systems are running on this database. All our ECP and NWD systems are running on the ECP and ECC. All the NWD systems are running on this HDB database. Some people know here, right? So I want to pull those data from my HANA database, my S4H. In that case, you have to go to the provisioning, and first of all you need to create the remote data source. You have to create it, remote data source. Currently, if you see here, there is no remote connections here. First of all, you need to establish the connectivity. Then click on the create new remote source here. Suppose I am pulling the data from HDB to S4H. Like that, I created the one connection. I created HDB to S4H. I created the connection. Okay. So before that, so you can see here, I have just logged off all the sessions. Nothing is there. Okay, all sessions I logged off, right? So then HDB, some connection name, you can put anything you are easily name. So what is that adapter name? Adapter name means what is the database you are trying to? Is the Teradata, ASC, HANA, so Oracle, Microsoft, means any database. As I told you, right? We can pull the data, we can pick up the data from any database. Suppose Oracle, SQL Server, DB2, MaxDB, Hadoop, Spark, Ora. So the Fortress, all the things are there here. We can pull it from any here. So we don't have any other databases. Actually, here we have the HANA. So we can also pull the data from HANA to HANA. Not only problem. So HANA to HANA. Then here you need to provide the server details here. So our server details is the SAP Linux 1. That is the SAP database. Normally you guys are using the SAP HANA. The port number, what is the port number? 3 instance number 15. The port number is that is instance number is the 00. Right? What is the username? So now we can use the system user. Normally we should not use the system user everywhere. So normally we have to create the one user for this one. But here we are using the system user. Okay, I have filled the template here. Just click on the execute. So there is execute mode, so that the connection is created. Remote source connection is created, but cannot get the remote source database. Unable to load the driver manager. So some configuration is missing here. Some unable to load the driver manager here. So driver unable to load the some driver. So which means we have to do the some configuration, that OS level, some driver level configuration. We have to do that one. Okay. So maybe I will configure it here. So what is the S4H? S4H also 00, right? Let's see here. Okay. See here, the connection is not getting established, which means they are unable to get the driver manager. So maybe some port is wrong. Is it? Okay, let's see. Yeah. Yeah. It's not able to, we are not able to create the connection state. 403. Let's create new remote data source. HDB to HDB. HANA server. SAP HANA port number. So here port number, we have to provide like 3 instance number 15 or 13 something. Yeah, one system user. Then we have password. Then click on the save button. Yeah, cannot get the remote source of unable to get the driver manager. So some binaries, some libraries are missing here in the HANA database. Some libraries are missing here. So that's the reason we are not getting we are unable to connect here. Suppose example here, okay, this is our HDB. Okay, so suppose example this is the S4H. Okay, so first of all, to pull the data, first of all, the connection should be required. In SAP level, we will call it as the RFC destination, right? In SM59, you will go and you will create it. But in the HANA database level, we are creating the connection using the provisioning tab, remote data source tab. We are creating the provision here. We are provisioning first of all we have to create the connection. Without connection, how you can pull the data from other databases to your database, right? So you are pulling the data, but here when you are creating the connection, it's not allowing us to create it. Why? Because some cannot get the remote objects, something wrong here, which means some ports, or we're giving the wrong port, or user ID or password, or some binaries, whatever it may be. So something is not exist here. That's why, yeah. So you can see, so cannot get the remote objects. So 403. 403 means some like a permission issue, some authorization related issue only. So username, why we got as this username? It should not be like this actually. System user. Mhm. Yeah, still same error. Some JDBC error, some error, some drivers, something related error. So we have to troubleshoot this one. cannot get the remote objects. We have the SAP note. Let's see what they are telling. Yes, see here, same. When you're creating the remote source to the another .ps HANA Studio. So this is the port, right? Same issue we have. So some drivers, yes, some Unix drivers may not be installed, right? Correct. Yeah, some drivers, something like some drivers are missed in our Unix systems. That's the reason. You can see here, Unix ODBC drivers manager may not installed. So the first foremost is the driver should be installed. So see here, same error message we have in the HANA system. So error caused by the missing libraries on the HANA server. So some libraries we have missed. So for that one, what is the library we have to install it? So library, when performing to the some this library we have to install it here, not found. So resolution, install the please install the these libraries, then restart the HANA database. So we have to install the some libraries, some these libraries we have to install. So again, we need to work with our Linux team to get this installed, or we can also do the installation now. So there is a yum command we have to use it to install the any libraries in our so Linux system. So normally Windows with double click is that will be installed, but here we need to use this. So this command. So we have similar issue. Whatever the issue we are creating, we have the similar issue. But this is the known issue. SAP told that it's a known issue. So for that one, SAP is saying that this is caused by the missing libraries on the HANA server. The OS level, some missing libraries we have to install it here. Okay. So that library we are installing now. That library we are installing now in our systems. I'm trying to check what is the correct library here. Magic argument. Okay, so I have to find out the correct one. Error installing the libraries. HANA. The path is the first number. HANA level administrator user. Okay, so some configuration we have to perform it, some libraries we have to perform it. Okay, so I will perform it. So while we are all are waiting here, so maybe I will perform it offline. Okay, tomorrow we'll discuss about the so this data provisioning and so HANA some other topics like backup or restore or HANA upgrade. Some important topics we will discuss. Okay. So meanwhile, you can practice all these things, stop and starts, and catalogs, exports, imports, so some audit policy setting and everything. So tomorrow I will explain about the some HANA voice level file systems and data provisioning, small data access, all these things I will explain. Okay.